So, okay, so I was walking up the stairs and I like fell. I like my backpack was like heavy and I fell forward and then I like saw Mason like going down the stairs and so like I picked myself up off the ground and I like turned around to like go to Mason and Mason's like, dude, I just saw someone fall up the stairs. And I'm like, Mason, I just fell up the stairs. And I'm like, that was me.
Jesus Christ, I'm in tears. Sure.
Okay, welcome back to the No Exhaust Podcast. I'm Josh Man Jones. As you can see, I have a new profile picture. Shout out Picaditto, and I'm here with
Mason.
aka Real Breadsticks. Let's address the elephant in the room before anyone.
Yeah, so the
you know...
elephant in the room is my car still doesn't have an exhaust on it. It's been a month. So
I thought you got that crap fixed.
The name still stands. Nope, still not fixed.
Wow.
As long as the day we change the name of the podcast, that's the day my exhaust will be fixed.
Nah. The day you fix your exhaust is the day we change the name of the podcast.
True. It's just called the Exhaust Podcast.
Yeah. No exhaust. You get it fixed.
No
exhaust. Well, anyway, so people are probably going to be talking about what happened.
Well, yeah, we said we were going to record weekly, and obviously that never happened. And to be honest with you, we just, didn't record.
Yeah, we didn't. I mean, we
were doing other things, kind of forgot.
Yeah, we just don't care about you guys enough.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, I think we should have stopped after the first episode.
Yeah, I agree.
Just kind of forgot about it. We're doing other stuff.
Yeah.
My cat did chew up my headset, but like I said, that was like a week ago. So
yeah, we could have been recording all this time. Like, it wasn't.
I had like 15 days to record before that happened.
Yeah, before your mic took a crap. Well, now I hope you guys can hear like a difference. If you guys haven't watched the first one, watch the first one and let us know how the audio quality has changed. Because I got a new mic. I tweaked my mic differently, so it should sound better. And Mason just got a straight up like whole new mic.
Yeah, I had to get a whole new one. My cat literally chewed the cord in half practically.
That's crazy. Now this one, his headset, it's like kind of like not fiber. What am I thinking? Fabric. So now if the cat chews it, it hopefully won't destroy it.
Hopefully, but I'll just throw it in that little bag they gave me, a little case.
Yeah, that bag is actually really cool. Yeah, mine came with the same bag.
Mm-hmm.
But I lost it.
Do you have the same headset? I never even asked this.
I have the same headset except yours is okay. Anyway, so Mason just got the Razer Black Shark V2X, and I have the Razer Black Shark V2 Pro. The only difference is you have 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. Mine's a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack that plugs into a USB, and the USB is supposed to give me like 7.1 surround sound, so I can hear my enemies from like northwest, east, south, all these different crazy directions.
I'll be honest, if I'm playing a game with somebody and you're shouting out, he's east-south, I'm going to be like, okay, buddy.
Not even a real direction.
I'm gonna be like, what kind of flipping call-outs are we doing here?
I'd be like, wait a minute, how good's your headset? Holy crap. Hit two directions at once?
I hear him running 6 miles away.
Yeah, so yours has that, but it does it virtually. So it mine is actual 7.1 surround sound. Yours is like 6.8 surround sound.
I'll be honest, I just took your word for it. You did a new headset, you said this one was good, and it was on sale. Instead of $60, it was like 43. So I was like, you know what?
I was a little nervous because, guys, I don't know when you're going to be seeing this, but we're actually recording the podcast a lot earlier than we thought we would because Amazon, we're not sponsored by Amazon, but it came early, didn't it?
Our first sponsor is Amazon. No, it did. It said it was going to come like the 26th, and it was what's like the 19th or something. It came like crazy. 7 days early, which I'm glad I didn't pay for that. They wanted like $6.99 for faster shipping, and I was like, kind of already seemed like BS because the extra shipping was like 2 days earlier. It was
That's
like the
correct.
24th.
I would just
It
wait
was
the
like,
2 days and save the
yeah, I was
money.
like, what? It doesn't even matter. And like I said, it came 7 days early. So,
That's crazy. But
which my sister kind of said the same thing. She was like, oh, most of the stuff I order over Amazon comes early anyway. And I was
yeah,
like,
that's crazy. Like
yeah.
I ordered one thing on Amazon and it said it would be in like 2 days, and it came like that night, and I'm like, what? The Amazon delivery driver must be working overtime or something.
Yeah, just nonstop full throttle.
Like gas, gas, gas. Gotta step on the gas. Doing drifting
Yeah.
and stuff around the corner.
I remember my dad also ordered something off of like Amazon, and he like ordered it like I'd be like ordering it like 3 p.m. today, and he got it like the next day at like
That's
9 a.m.
crazy. That's
And they
insane.
must have immediately put that shit on a plane or something. It was like ship it to the address.
Yeah, it was like I don't know if you know Call of Duty, but that was like
It
a
was
freaking
like
care package.
well, it wasn't like I don't want to dox us, but it was like near us. You know what I'm saying? Like it
Oh,
wasn't
I
in like
see.
it was in a different state, but it was close by is what I'm getting at. So I was
Oh,
like, how the hell?
I know. Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyways, didn't we say we were gonna upload like once a week?
Yeah, we said we were gonna upload once a week. Obviously, we haven't. It's been about once a month, and we're gonna try to. We'll say it again. We're gonna try to upload once a week.
I
I think
mean,
we might actually do it this time.
yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. Um. What I will say is, we were going to record. We were going to do a themed episode. That was gonna be our next episode.
Yeah.
It was gonna be Christmas themed because the next week was supposed to be the week of Christmas, and obviously we never even filmed. So
Nope.
we could talk about Christmas here.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say this Christmas from where we live didn't feel like Christmas at all.
No, because it usually snows like a heck ton, and
Yeah.
I don't know, global warming or something.
It usually snows a lot, and I mean it's part of the reason like we're getting older. Like I'm gonna be 20 this year.
Dang, that's crazy.
I'm fucking old if I'm being honest with you guys.
Dang, another year and then you're gonna be able to drink.
Yeah, 2 years from now, which that's
Drunk episode on the podcast?
drunk episode of the podcast. That's turning a clear. No, I'm just going alcoholic. That's what's gonna happen.
Try not to get canceled episode of the podcast.
I see. This is such a tangent. We're gonna talk about Christmas, but I have to say this: I have never understood the idea of getting drunk. Like, I don't mind drinking, like that idea, because like it kind of makes sense. Like hang out with the boys.
Yeah, you're supposed to
drink a
like
bit.
relax almost.
Yeah, like hang out with the boys, drink a bit, whatever. Like that's kind of
Yeah,
cool.
that makes
But
sense.
the idea of purposely making yourself like sick, like I said, I'm not like whatever the people who are like afraid of sickness.
Oh,
I don't know what it's
hypochondriac.
called. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, why would I purposely, like, why would I drink a shit ton
Yeah.
and then just for the next day to have like a crazy ass hangover?
Well, my brother,
With that being said, I'll probably will get drunk eventually. So take that for you will.
yeah, either on purpose or by accident.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, so my like middle brother, don't want to dox him, but my middle brother, he says he only likes to like drink to get drunk. Like he doesn't drink a lot. He drinks maybe like a couple times a year, and he says when he does, he drinks to like drink as much as possible. Like he says he doesn't care for the flavor, for the taste. He just only cares for the effect.
Damn.
And
That's
he-
got to be somewhat alcoholic. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he drinks like I
I mean,
think
that seems.
yeah, I was at a
that seems like what.
yeah, all his friends
Yeah,
came over to my
alcoholic.
house, and I had to like tally like all the shots that his friends had, and my brother ended up having like 23 shots in like the
What?
span of like 4 hours.
God damn.
Yeah, and one of his friends had 57 in the span of 8 hours.
See, that's that shit I'm talking about. Like where you like listen, it's cool to hang out with the boys, do whatever.
Yeah,
but
maybe crack up in a can or two.
yeah, like but like 23 shots, 57 shots.
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking. And then I remember like they went to their car and they went to like go smoke weed, and then they came out and like I remember like my mom just installed a new like head on our faucet in the bathroom that had like a light And I went and I showed them, and they were like, "Oh my god, that's so cool! Whoa, look at this! Come here, come here, come here, come here! Look, it has a light on it."
Bro, they must have been on a different flipping plane of
That's
existence
what I'm
if you
saying.
just took like 17 shots and then flipping started smoking weed afterwards.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was a crazy night. That was during
Mm,
COVID too. That
that
was
sounds
right before
alright.
COVID started. Well, anyway, so yeah, so no, Christmas did not feel like Christmas this year. There was no snow at all.
Yeah, Christmas didn't feel like Christmas. Like I said, part of it is, we're getting old. Like
Yeah,
it's gotten to the point with me where it's like I'm hanging out with my family, and all the Christmas gifts I get are pretty much just clothing,
yeah. I got
which is fine.
yeah, I made a Christmas list, but most of the stuff on the Christmas list is kind of hard to find because my dad said he shopped for me for like 3 days before Christmas, so everything that
Yeah.
like I wanted was gone. But like all
Hmm.
this, I was really hard making my list because like at the time I don't have a job now, but at the time I had a job and like I could have already bought everything I wanted already and I didn't. So
I
it's
was gonna
like
say that it has gotten to the point where it's like you can, we can just buy what we want,
yeah, like I put
which kind
down
of which kind of sucks because that's kind of like
the fun of
I think that's what kind of makes Christmas when you're a kid. You can't go out and buy this shit.
no.
Like you're sitting there waiting. There's only 2 years you get what you wanted, right?
Yeah, your
It was
birthday
your
and then Christmas.
birthday. Yeah, it was your birthday and Christmas, and now it doesn't really feel the same.
I
But
know
I
some
guess
people who got
that's
presents on
grown up.
Easter and I'm like, that's crazy.
See, I got some presents on Easter, but it wasn't
No,
like,
I just got some like candy.
yeah, it was like my mom like would do she would get like an Easter bunny basket, and it would be like a whole bunch of candy, whatever fills the basket, and
Yeah.
then like there'd be like one toy in there, like some fucking Matchbox car or something,
Yeah, my mom and my dad would go to the dollar store and get these like styrofoam planes that you had to build, and like I'd throw them across my yard.
Hmm.
That was fun.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I
no,
remember, I remember us going to the dollar store. That shit was
yeah,
hilarious.
God, I made a
Oh,
whole like time lapse YouTube video where I drive there.
that was so
God,
fucking bad, bro. When you tried to show your mom that Webkin stuffed animal, and she was
dude,
like, "What's a
like Mason had a
snoogle?" I
like
was
Mason
like,
had a
"What?"
webkin, and like I wanted a
Yeah, wait,
webkin
so
so bad because they were so cool.
let me explain a bit. There's this, I don't know if people are gonna remember this. If they're old, they probably will. There's like this, how would you describe it? It was like a game online where you could buy like real life stuffed animals. There was a code on them. You could type the code into the game, and then you could like your animal would be there, and you could like
Yeah,
take care of it and stuff.
but like the stuffed animal had like nothing to do. Like the online game had nothing to do with your stuffed animal. Like it's not like there was any electronics
Yeah,
inside the stuffed animal. It was literally just so you can get the code.
yeah.
So
It's
like
just you buy
if
a
you
stuffed
had
animal,
like
get
if
the
you had
code.
the code and not the stuffed animal,
Theoretically,
you could still like
you could probably just cut it off of the
yeah.
animals in the store. I
Yeah,
don't
that's so
condone
true.
stealing, but
That's so true. But it was kind of like the cool thing where you could like hold what you just like nurtured in the game.
yeah, my sister is the one that got me into it when I was a kid. I'll say I had this like bad habit of whatever my sister was doing, I would want the same thing when I was a kid. So like, because like Webkins as a, because
Well,
I'm a
good thing
dude
that doesn't
growing up.
happen when she's a kid.
Yeah, well, I remember it seems like why the hell would I be interested in Webkins when I'm like I all my toys were like, cars and all this
Matchbox
shit, and
cars,
then like,
dinosaurs, trucks.
yeah, and I don't know, like I said, anything my sister wanted for some reason I wanted too as a kid, which really doesn't make any sense. But like she'd want a flipping Barbie dream house, and I was like, give me that shit too. What the hell? And I just
Yeah.
never use it. But it's still, the website was kind of cool. I'll be honest. Like I thought that shit was,
Yeah, it was really cool. Well, anyway,
Look,
so explain to them when I was at the store.
oh yeah. So with that being said, me and you were kids. How old do you think we were? Like 10?
We were like 10, yeah, and we went to the
Mm,
dollar store.
went to the dollar store, and there was
It's
like
probably like
these
10 minutes away from our
Webkins.
house.
Yeah, and there was like these Webkins there, and
And that's
it
crazy.
was
A
like this.
webkin for $1?
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's a dollar store. Everything's a dollar.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Um. Anyway, that doesn't even fucking matter. We're going on a tangent here. Anyway, so that's the crazy thing about Christmas though, is because I was hanging out with my family. Obviously everything's fine. We're cooking food. I remember I went outside. It was like 7 p.m. maybe, and I shit you not, it's like 57 degrees outside.
That's crazy.
I was like, what is this nice like spring day outside? It's Christmas Day in December, and I'm like, this is some nice, like, some great ass weather we're having here. Like,
yeah, I know. Like I remember like usually Christmas we go to my grandparents' house, but it was kind of different this year because it's just my grandpa, and which that's also what made Christmas really different for me. We don't have my grandma this year, but we usually like go and we like sled and stuff on Christmas Day. Like we like open our presents and stuff, and then we go outside and we go to, because they have a massive hill in their property, and like we would go and we would sled. But then like, what am I supposed to sled on the bare like green grass in the 50-degree weather?
Probably could.
Yeah, I could, like a slip and slide.
Yeah, that hill would have been flipping what gave me flipping anxiety going down, because that hill goes straight into that lake.
It does. No, it gives me anxiety going back up it, because I'm like, when am I gonna get to the top?
That's just that's probably just being out of shape. Let's be honest. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, you can shut the fuck.
I remember the same thing going up those stairs in our school. I won't clown you down for that though, because those stairs were actually a pain in the ass. I'm not gonna lie. I would climb up that spiral staircase, and when I get to the top, I'd be like, Jesus Christ, I'm about to have a heart attack.
God, Mason, I think the viewers need to know about the time when I was walking up the stairs, dude. We gotta talk about this. So I was walking up the stairs, and I like fell. My backpack was like heavy, and I fell forward, and then I like saw Mason like going down the stairs, and so like I picked myself up off the ground, and I like turned around to like go to Mason, and Mason's like, dude, I just saw someone fall up the stairs, and I'm like, Mason, I just fell up the stairs, and I'm like, that was me.
Jesus Christ, I'm in tears.
I forgot about that.
You don't understand what I saw, bro. I was going down the staircase. The corner of my eye, I see this guy walk past me, and he immediately face plants onto the stairs.
That hurt too.
It looked bad, I'm not gonna lie. But I was like, oh, that's fine. Like I was kind of like cracking up, and I was like, oh, who cares? And then you turn the corner and start following me. I was like, no way. No way it was you.
I'm like, Mason, I just flew up the stairs. You're like, oh, that was you. That's crazy.
Christ, we could dedicate a whole episode to shit that happened in our high school, though.
God, that's so funny. Yeah, we need to make an episode. Chuck, remember this.
Yeah, we'll make the high school episode. That's an episode we will actually make. Some of the other episodes, maybe not, but some of the.
Yeah, well, yeah, and it didn't really like feel like Christmas. Also, going back to like the Christmas, it really didn't feel like Christmas because like I was making my like Christmas list, and like there wasn't a lot of stuff. Like, I don't know, it just like I'm grown up. I don't like had that like attention span that I do when I was a kid. Like, it would be like, oh, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. It's kind of like I don't really want anything.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I mean, like we already said, you can just buy whatever you want now, and I do for the most part. Like,
yeah.
So
well,
it's just not the same. Yeah. I guess the only chance we have now is if we, have our own kids.
And yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's the best. That's the best part about like about life is like things don't happen forever, but you can always pass down like the memories that you love.
You always pass down the memories. Well, I mean, we don't know what it. We don't know how it is. We don't know how our parents felt. Maybe they had some magic watching us open Christmas gifts, whatever it's called.
Yeah, I never thought of that.
Or maybe they sat there looking at us like, wow, damn, I wish that I was a child again.
Yeah, I know. My dad would buy, I was like into robots as a kid, and I remember like I'd get some like really cool robots, and my dad would be like, wow, I wish I was a kid again. I want to play with your robot. And I'm like, honestly,
that's the sad truth. It only gets worse from here.
Yeah, no, but it's cool. Like when we have kids, because I mean, I plan on having some one day. I don't know if you are, but
I probably will.
But like, it's kind of cool because like when
that's
we grow
part
up,
of the American dream. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, Not the.
Except it's kind of altered. It's usually the American dreams have children and then go bankrupt, but
Yeah, I mean, now it's go bankrupt and still have children, and you have to figure out how you're gonna be bankrupt and have children at the same time.
yep, and keep having children, keep getting bankrupt.
Yeah, no, not even getting bankrupt. You're just bankrupt from the start now.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Go get out of college, get a nice hefty loan of $200,000.
Damn.
Good luck paying that off for the rest of your life. No.
Nah, I think my whole like student loan, like after going to college, is only gonna be like maybe 5,000.
Yeah.
Which
Well,
isn't
you got
bad.
that community. You got
Yeah.
that community college
I'm going to community college.
Our other friend, don't know if he'll ever be on the podcast, but
he's like I'm gonna be on the podcast this week, and then we're like, okay, buddy, join. And he's like, no, I'm doing something.
Well, that's why I typed that shit in the group chat. I was like,
Yeah.
hey, if you want to hop on, don't worry, guys, he'll be a special guest.
Yeah. Hopefully he won't be a special guest.
Yeah, he probably will be. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it's okay.
But yeah, enough about making fun of the American dream over here.
Yeah. Well, anyways, no, for Christmas. So speaking about Christmas, like I didn't really get like a lot of stuff, but like because kind of the fact that my dad went Christmas shopping 3 days before Christmas. But I got a.
That's some fucking me level procrastination there.
Yeah, because he kept on saying like I'm gonna give you money, I'm gonna give you money, I'm gonna give you money. But then he ended up buying stuff for like all my other brothers, and he didn't buy anything for me. So he was like, "Well, I kind of want to, go shopping." And I'm like, "Well, I kind of understand that." So I gave him my list, and the only thing he could find, which I still play till this day, it's pretty cool. He got me a arcade one-up countertop arcade, Miss Pac-Man. So it's not like the full-size arcade cabinet. It's just one you put like on your dresser, and you play it. But I mean, it's pretty fun, but it kind of gets boring after a while because there's only like 5 games in the whole machine.
Oh, so that's kind of like all those older games. I'm gonna say it like, listen, those games are iconic, but like they're only like so fun. I guess you could say
they're only fun for a while.
Yeah, I mean, like my favorite was always Frogger, and even that,
Yeah.
after a while, you're just.
Yeah, just
crossing the rivers.
Mine's Galaga, and like you shoot these monsters, and then like these aliens, and then they like respawn, and then they get a little harder, and it's like they keep on getting harder and harder and harder, but you're still like just fighting. You're just still like moving the stick around left and right and pressing the A button.
Yeah.
Until the game eventually ends. There's no end to any of those arcade games.
Yeah.
But
very true.
That's kind of cool though. But it's cool that I got it as a gift. I didn't have to like spend a lot of my money on it, kind of thing. So. They're still fun, so I'm kind of glad that I got it.
See, that's the weirdest thing though, because I say that, but then some of my favorite arcade games are pinball. I don't know why. I never get bored playing pinball.
I think pinball.
But on paper, it's the same thing over and over again. I mean, it's not, because like if you read it, there's jackpots and stuff. Like there's every single time you play, there's so many different ways to rack up points, but it's all like the same thing at the end of the day.
Yeah, it is. But I feel like with pinball, like with arcade games, let me say this first. With arcade games, they're digital. It's all digital. But I feel like you get that sense of like it's almost like real, even though like because like pinball machines, you're using real flippers that you can actually physically see. You can see it's all 3D, and you get that kind of haptic feedback where you can kind of feel the machine vibrate when you press the flippers, see that ball move up and down. And like
that's true.
The core concept of pinball isn't necessarily hard, so it's like you can keep playing it to master it almost. When like, I mean, I don't know if any of the viewers have played any like actual like digital arcade games, but like they're actually kind of hard for like because they were like limited to like the technology they had back then, and like they were actually really really hard to play. Like Galaga, Pac-Man,
I mean, they weren't easy.
Can barely make it past like the first stage. But the thing is with pinball is it's relatively for the most part easy.
Yeah.
But it's hard to like get high like score. If that makes any sense.
Well, yeah, and that's kind of like the fun part, maybe like the replayability part is like if you get really good at it, you can just keep going, and if you get like crazy scores, yeah, it's pretty fun. Like I think my highest score in the White Waters pinball machine, which people can search that up if they want to see what it looks like. But
yeah, he has 2 pinball machines in his basement because his dad bought them a long time ago.
Yeah, he was a huge pinball fan before he had children.
Yeah, he probably planning on buying more.
He was a huge fan of a whole bunch of stuff before he had. um,
Hence the project card you're
but
gonna work on. We'll talk about that in another video.
we'll talk about. Maybe I should talk about that in the summer, since that's like when that would happen. No, I'm joking. Well, I got to get that shit out of the flipping brush, though. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a long story.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll get that either later in this episode or another episode. But yeah. So I think my highest score in White Waters was like 500,000, something crazy like that.
Yeah.
So. Well, like pinball is pretty fun if you're, good at it, I guess. Hey, that's like every game though.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I feel like with like digital like arcade games with like that have the screen and the buttons that you press, but it's still a video game. I feel like those aren't as like attention grabbing as like pinball, because pinball is like I said, physical. Because like you can like, I mean, I don't know about you, but I like have ADHD and I like to see the flappers move, and I like when the ball goes flinging in the air. It's just like satisfying to me almost. Like I keep on playing and playing and playing, and then realize I just spent like a few hours playing pinball, and I'm like, wow. Opposed to like a video game, and I get like the video game arcades, I get bored of them easily.
Yeah, I should play more of them. Like, or just play mine more. I kind of played the crap out of mine, but I haven't played them in a while, so you always just wait a bit and then come back to something that's fun again.
Yeah, that's so true. That's the same thing with real video games.
Yeah. Anyway, we're also going to talk about New Year's. That was going to be another episode, so we can get that topic out of the way.
Yeah, we can do that right now.
I don't even know. New Year, kind of sick. I mean, I'll be honest, 2023, I kind of hated it.
Yeah, I mean, it sucked for me, obviously, what I told you earlier, guys.
Yeah.
But not only that, it just kind of sucked in general.
Well, this is like my 2023, and the reason why I didn't like 2023 that much is like it started when I graduated. I was like, okay, this shit is sick. But now that I'm out of school, which people are gonna be like, you want to go back to school? That's not what I'm saying. I hated school. I didn't want to go back to school. That's why I didn't want to go back to college. But that's why I didn't want to go to college. I'm not. If people watch the first episode, they know what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
But
if people watch the first podcast, they know what I'm not doing anymore.
Yes, and we'll talk about that eventually. Either once again, like with my project car, either in this episode or another one.
Yeah.
The problem is I have, and this probably isn't for you because you go to college, but I literally have so much free time that I'm just bored. Like I either need to like go get like a hobby, go do something. Like I have a car, but I barely go anywhere. I mean, it's just
your hobby could
basically just go to the farm. That's it.
Yeah, your hobby could be like playing, like hanging out with like me again. If that makes any sense. We haven't hung out in like a decade.
Listen. Well, without doxing anybody, I'll give a quick rundown. He used to live very close to my house, and now he lives
like an hour away.
And I am lazy and won't drive to his house because I'm the only one that has a car right now.
Yeah, I mean, with that being said, I do agree
that. Yeah, with that being said, I do agree that I should just go up to
You should go up to me. Actually,
yeah, I should get. It's actually down, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I already said this when I was talking to your kind of stepmom. I always say, oh, I'm gonna go up, but it's usually not up at all.
Yeah, it's down.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's usually what I always say, like, oh, I'll go up there. It's like 2 hours down for me.
Yeah, but no, I mean, like you could like start a hobby. It doesn't have to be necessarily like where you go out and meet people. I mean, that's always the best one. Like if you can somehow like find a club. I mean, in the small desolate town you live in, I don't know where you're gonna find a club.
Yeah, that's why I don't know. I mean, I get why people go to college now because part of it has got to be that like college experience, right? It's got to be like meeting people, doing it like you have like 4 years to meet people, hang out, do all this, and then if you're lucky, I say that I would hope by the end of those 4 years, you can actually have a career, and that's that. With that being said, I know some of those people will just go to college and flunk out because they're You know, I know some of you people out there, your peak years for your college years. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm gonna expose some people right now. No, I'm joking, but yeah. So I don't know. I gotta find something. I mean, like all I'm doing right now is like farming and playing games. And I'll be honest, that kind of sucks.
I had my mic muted this entire time. I'm autistic.
I was about to ask, like, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm sorry, chat, because I had to clear my nose. I had to blow my nose, and I
Um,
didn't want you to hear it. You know, I didn't want you to be graced with my blowing nose ability. But
yeah.
well,
You're
anyways, no. But what I
blowing
was
nose
saying is like,
really.
I saw this TikTok saying that like, what? Wait, what generation are we?
Uh, fuck if I know, honestly.
Z? No, we're not Z. We're
We're not Generation Z, we're
X. No, we're not
Gen.
X. We're Alpha. No, not Alpha. Anyways, whatever generation we are, like apparently our generation's like really depressed because like
True, I'm
we
depressed right now. No, I'm
shut up, Mason.
joking.
Not trying to, you know, if any of the viewers are
Yeah,
actually, get some
I
help.
don't want to make light of depression, but I will say it is literally like me just sitting home doing nothing all day. It's actually like taxing. Like it's
It is
actually just
like you get tired,
yeah.
but what I'm
Like
saying,
I don't know how to describe it.
yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Like it's almost like you did nothing all day. You're like, you're just like,
Yeah, like
you're
you just
just,
feel
you feel
by
heavy.
the yeah, the ending of the day, you literally just feel like you wasted everything. Like you're like, what's the point of, you know?
Yeah, what's the point of it? No, I'm just kidding.
No, what's that? That's probably I said that, and I was like, wait, where am I going with this shit? But like, it's just
No, I get what you're saying.
people know what I mean. You know, it's just
Yeah,
you
but
need to get out. You need to have a social life.
yeah, but what? Yeah,
That is my
goes back to like,
2024 goal.
yeah, it's like go have a hobby.
It all goes back to the New Year's that we were talking about. That's my goal in 2024 to get a social life.
That'll be my goal in 2025 to get a Rockstar social life when the game comes out.
Yeah, he is obsessing over GTA 5, which I get. You
Six.
know, yeah. Holy shit, I didn't. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, he's obsessing over GTA 6, which I get
I am.
because GTA 5 was a
That's all
sick
that's
ass
worth
game.
living for.
Yeah,
Until that game comes out. No, I'm just kidding. No, but back to like the
once
TikTok.
GTA 6 comes out, he's like, yeah, that's over.
Yeah, I play it for like an hour. I'm like, yeah, okay, bye.
Hmm.
No, but what I'm saying is like there's a TikTok I saw that says like our generation's like depressed because like we used to have like three outlets back in like the generation before us used to have like three outlets. It was work, or it was either work or school, home, and then like to the bar, to the library, or like hang out with friends. Now it's just like
Hmm.
work or school and then home,
Yeah,
and like we don't like to get that middle ground of like actually going to like hang out. You know, like getting a call from your friend saying, "Hey, you want to meet up at the local restaurant or you know at the bar or at the library?"
yeah.
You know, we don't get that anymore
Hmm.
because I feel like it's honestly like has to do with like social media and I like
Well,
cell phones.
that was like my TikTok rant in the first one, right? Like I generally think, and this is kind of rich coming from a podcast, which
Yeah,
this is long form content, so it is different. Don't get me wrong, but
yeah, yeah.
this is still like we're still posting this on a social media platform.
Yeah, I feel like
But
YouTube's
I
different
do
because
think,
like the world was still not destroyed when YouTube was a thing.
yeah, do think
That's kind of where it
that
started though.
I do think that TikTok is not healthy. The way being on TikTok every single day, like don't get me wrong, it's bad because like I just talked about how like all I'm doing is like going to work at the farm, and then like I'm pretty much just going home. Like that's the only thing I do.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll go to a store once in a while if I need to pick up something, pick up, which I actually do need to pick up some stuff. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. But like that's pretty much all I'm doing, right? And like sometimes my mom will buy stuff, because I hate to break to you guys, but I still live with my parents. But um,
Hey, I mean, run with that. You're saving a lot of money.
yeah, pretty much. I'm just saving money, living with my parents the day they kick me out, and then I'll probably, go bankrupt like everybody else.
Nah, you'll probably
Um,
still work on the farm and buy like you could probably live, you know, the way you live, you could probably live by yourself, honestly.
it's like this memes on TikTok where it's like no girlfriend, like one cat, and they live in like a trailer, and like there's two sports cars outside the driveway or something.
Yeah.
Those memes are so funny.
I love them.
That is the lifestyle, though.
Yeah, I love the meme where it's like it's like if the way life keeps going, this is gonna be me and my best friend, and it shows them in like a 1-bedroom apartment with like a TV and an Xbox and like a sleeping bag on the ground with, like you said, the 2 sports cars outside.
Yeah, low key, we should. There's like I remember one of our I don't want to say professors, but one of our teachers. I was about to say that shit. One of our teachers in our high school. He actually did that shit. He was into like real estate and all that. But he bought like his first like house, something, whatever.
Was it your real estate class?
It was my real estate class
Okay.
and the personal finance class. So you know who it is now.
Yeah,
But
I know who it is.
I think he bought like a house or an apartment building or something with 3 of his friends, and like they eventually sold it, split it, 3 ways. They eventually made a profit, right?
That's crazy.
That is the way to do it. Like if you have friends, that kind of sounded bad, but if you have friends out there and you're not a loser, then if you want to get into real estate, I guess you can do that. Get some of your friends, go buy like a shitty house or something. If it needs to be redone, redo it. Yeah. Breaking Bad was such a good show.
Yeah.
I doubt you ever watched it, so
No,
I
I didn't.
can't. I
was
can't say
told you're not
anything.
allowed to.
By who?
Yeah.
You're 18, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're over 18.
Yeah. I'm about to be 19 soon. Well, anyway,
I just don't tell my parents. I'm about to be 20.
That's crazy. Yeah, well, I mean, honestly.
Did I already say that? I think I already said.
Yeah, you did. I mean, honestly, that wouldn't be a bad idea, like, if you wanted to. Like, I mean, I don't know if you'd be down. I mean, you're probably still want to live with, like, your family, but, like, I mean, I'd be down to, like, move in.
This sounds out of context. This conversation that you're saying right now sounds fucking awful. I'm just being completely honest with you. Hey, we could live together in a house. This is not what it sounds like, chat, whatever, we live stream. This is not what viewers, this is not what it sounds like.
No,
I get that. Well, I was talking, see, that's the problem. I was talking more like financially, not actually living there, you know?
Yeah, I
like,
get what you're saying.
I also agree that it's the strat. Like, if you can't afford a house and just get roommates, but the problem with that is I would only get roommates that you trust.
Yeah.
I would not
you don't trust me?
Oh no, I trust you. We've known each other since like fucking 1st grade or something.
Yeah, we enjoy most of the same food, so that wouldn't be a problem.
I would be fine with like you as a roommate or some of our other friends, but I'm just saying like the whole college thing.
Some of our other friends, no, it'd only be you. I hate to say that,
but
like I would not want to live with him.
I wouldn't mind. In fact, originally me and him were gonna go to the same college.
That's crazy.
But then I was like, I don't want to go to college.
Oh, that'd be different in a dorm room, but like I wouldn't want to like.
Well, I think that's how it starts, right? I think like the roommate in a dorm room is how it, like that would be. Because you're either gonna hate your roommate or you're not.
Yeah, that's true.
Obviously, if it was in a, in a house, that'd be much worse if you actually hated them there. But
yeah. Because then, like, I don't know, you're not.
How do we even get on this tangent?
We talked about the TikTok audios.
Oh
videos.
Yeah, so I want to address that for a second. We were sitting there laughing at TikToks after saying it sucks. We were sitting there like, oh, this TikTok's so funny. I still trust me, chat. Why did I say chat? Trust me, to our viewers. Uninstall TikTok. It is better for you.
Guys, don't uninstall TikTok. You need to watch Judgment Jones Tech Zone.
That's his. He has a tech channel on TikTok. Go follow that.
Please be nice in the comments. Be the difference.
Please be nice. Be the difference. I think I saw that on a poster in our school.
I'm saying be the difference because I get bullied a lot on TikTok, but I don't let it get to me.
One of them is our friend though.
Yeah, it's okay. I let that get to me. I like making fun of him also. Yeah, he deserves what I give to him. I'm sorry.
Honestly, he's like unfazed by it. It's just nothing's more funny than watching YouTube fight. No, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but you know when like friends banter back and forth, we're not bantering. He genuinely is like making fun of me.
Yeah, he generally doesn't like you, and you generally don't like him, which is like, yeah. Which
Yeah,
when he's on the podcast, that will be a
yeah.
if he ever is,
You
that'll
guys,
be
you
a
guys
flippin'.
better make a hefty bag of popcorn.
Yeah, that's gonna be a flippin'.
Nightmare.
That's gonna be a shit show.
God, that might be the day that like you better archive all the videos you see because that might be the day I actually delete the whole podcast.
Yeah, sir. If that when that episode comes out, if it ever does, it's just gonna be those two fighting the whole entire time, and I'm just gonna be silent in the background, pretty much.
Yeah,
Like,
you're gonna
that's
be
just
joining
how
the
that's gonna go.
viewers with that bag of
I'm just-
popcorn.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go cook up some popcorn, sit there. You're gonna hear me chewing every other
Yeah.
flippin' second. But yeah, I if I had to, so my goal in 2024 is to get a social life. I don't think that goal will ever happen. But
Well, do you think do you want like a social life or do you want like a something to do?
I don't know.
Like, do you want to
Probably
actually
both.
talk to people or do you want like something that you can
Oh.
actually do? Because like
I don't
there's a
know.
difference.
I generally have no idea. All I know is sitting in my house all day, literally doing nothing. It sucks ass. That's all I
Would
know.
you care if you sat in your house and did something?
True, but I feel like it has to be something that's worth my time, you know? Like, that's the problem. Like, gaming, maybe it's because I'm older now, but, like, you know, back in when I was, like, high school, middle school, gaming was so much fun, right?
Well,
You'd
yeah.
go up, but now it literally just feels like I'm wasting time.
Well, it's because, and that's another, we can go on another tangent, probably in another video when we talk about gaming, but, like, I feel like it's mainly because there's just no good games that, like, you want to play, so you're just playing the games that you kind of like.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you're not like, I love this game, I want to play it, this is the best thing ever. You're just like, this game's madly interesting.
Yeah. Which is, like, this kind of, I'm crazy saying it, but you know, you've seen me. I've been playing Farming Simulator recently, which is kind of ironic because, you know, for people who've seen the first podcast and probably now this one, I farm in real life. Playing that game was kind of fun in the beginning because, like, I know about farming, right? So I'd play it, I was like, oh, I get this concept. But it's just like I'm sitting there like, why am I playing a game about farming when I can just go farm?
It's like those TikToks.
Like,
Well,
some of the tractors that I'm buying in the game, I have in real life.
that's crazy.
Why don't I just go over there and do something with it? Now, it's not, you know, planting season for what we plant, but that's besides the point, right?
Yeah, I don't know if
Like,
you've seen the video of I don't know if you know the movie Blade Runner. The movie where the guy's like walking and he has like blood all over his face and it just keeps like going from scene to scene, but he still has the same
Mhm.
like expression on his face. That's you. Like you're like
Are you talking about?
yeah.
You talked about like 20, what was it, Blade Runner 2049 or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you're like sitting on the tractor like with a blank like I hate myself face. And then you're home playing Farming Simulator with I hate myself face, and then you
That's
like,
pretty
and then
much-
you wake up with I hate myself face, and then you go and
Going-
you sit on the tractor again with I hate myself face.
Going back to TikTok, even though I hate the app. Those flipping memes with the guy who plays that character in Blade Runner, that was me in 2023, guys. That year
Yeah.
sucked ass.
Yeah, it was just
The
like
ending
it was
the
just
ending
like the
of 20
nostalgic music in the background, like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah,
boom,
the ending of
boom.
2023 just was not fun. Like, it was kind of fun.
Hey, nothing that's
time from
good
time
in
to
life
time, but
is fun. See,
now I'm just
once you look at your
hanging
bank
out.
account, you're gonna be glad that you spent that much time in the dirt.
Well, money only gets you so far, and you know, it's
Yeah,
if
but
you're
that's kind of
rich
like
and depressed.
well, that's kind of like the saying, like money doesn't buy you happiness, but like
It
I would
doesn't,
be,
in my opinion.
but like I would be happy with the freaking like with
Then
like a
again-
Corvette or like a like a Porsche or a
I was gonna
Supra.
say you've seen those memes on TikTok, the more recent ones where it's like money, you know, if money doesn't buy you happiness, and you slide over and it's like me sitting there depressed with my $6 million mansion. And it's like, oh,
Yeah,
Jesus
but
Christ.
that's actually kind of true though. Like you could have like everything you ever want and still not be happy. That's why like I feel
Yeah.
like you got to get your mind right before you get your money up.
Mhm.
If that makes any sense. Like that's why you gotta like have a job you like, no matter if it like pays you well or not, because like
Yeah.
you're gonna be doing that for the rest of your life unless you're really smart and you invested it all.
True. Well,
But,
like I said, I like farming. It's something that's been going on in my family forever. Like, I think the farm started in like 1875
that's
or something like
crazy.
that. Like, it's been over 100 years,
That's insane.
and I want to continue the family tradition.
Like the same like area.
Yeah, in the same area.
That's crazy.
There's old farmhouses all around.
That long? Holy crap!
We're all old houses.
That's like
that,
horse
my
and cowboy,
ancestors
like
used to live
cowboy
in.
and Indian days.
Pretty much.
Holy crap.
And like I said, I want to continue the tradition on, so I don't have any problem with farming. But like I said, it's just, it's just what I'm doing with my spare time. Because like obviously, when people work, you're not working all day long. You have time. And farming is kind of interesting because it's all like seasonal, right?
Yeah. So you have like a whole like big chunk of time to do nothing.
Yeah, a lot of time to do nothing. Like in the summer, especially in the fall, I'm at the farm 24/7 every single day. I'm doing stuff.
Yeah. I mean, that's why
in the winter, not really doing much.
Yeah.
Just hanging out.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I was thinking of like you can like find a hobby. Like you don't necessarily need to like meet people, like if you don't want to, but like, oh, excuse me, God, I don't know what I ate for dinner. But anyway, so
there it is. What do you mean you don't know what you ate for dinner?
Yeah, I just like almost threw up. Sorry, Chad. What did I eat for dinner? Oh, I had eggs.
Don't eat that, viewers. Don't eat eggs for dinner. Got from the Dr. Seuss over here.
Don't eat eggs. That's right. Yeah. No, but what I was saying is like you don't have to have like a hobby that like you go out and do something. Like you can have one that like, like building like model figures.
But yeah, that's why I'm trying to. That's why I'm gonna get the project car going in the summer. That's one of my.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Like, you can have like more than one like hobby. Like I was thinking like, cause like, my hobby is like retro video games, I guess, and like computers. Like they're constantly upgrading. Like I can build a new computer. I mean, theoretically money, but like, I can like go and buy new stuff for my computer and like swap them out and stuff. But like, and like I can always get like new games for like the 20 systems I have, not 20, like the 10 systems I have. And it's like that's pretty fun, but like I don't know, like I know people who build like model trains or they build like model like I know Gundams, like anime robot figures. Like if you just like cleaned a spot in your house to put like a shelf.
Which I had the anime phase, but better than anybody else, that phase only lasts so long. That shit's pretty much dead. Because that's the problem. This is gonna sound stupid because I'm literally 19, but I've literally hit like a strange position in my life where it's like the things that I thought were fun aren't fun anymore. Games aren't the same anymore. They're not fun. They kind of feels like I'm wasting time. Anime stuff like that. It's not really fun anymore. I don't. In high school, middle school, it was fun watching those. Shonen shows, whatever.
Middle school.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I got into anime in high school, but that's what I did from like
everyone
freshman year basically.
In the chat, he got into Seven Deadly Sins as his first one.
Okay, you and I'm not gonna name names just in case he comes to the podcast. It's the same guy we've been talking about this whole time, but you and him put that shit on when we were at your house, and I was sitting there playing Minecraft, and I was like, I'm not watching this stupid shit. And then like, I started watching it, and then I went through a whole anime phase for 3 years.
Yeah, you're like, I'm not watching this. Oh, hey guys, can you turn on episode 2, please?
Yeah, that shit was so addicting watching it first. And I remember I showed my sister anime because she's a lot older than I am, and she was like, when she was in school, that if you watched anime, you were a fucking loser. Like we're just gonna hit you with the cold water. And any anime fans watching this video, you're probably a loser. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't take offense to that, because I was a loser at one point too, and I still am. But that's besides the point. Watching her get into anime, it was like watching a flipping lab rat doing experiments on it. Just because I saw the whole entire cycle. I saw like the beginning of the anime cycle where you're sitting there binging like 3 shows a day.
That's so
Everything's so addicting. No matter, you're watching any type of anime, you're watching romance, you're watching action, you're watching It's some shit that I'm not gonna say on the podcast. And
Dee.
but then towards and then towards the ending of the cycle, it's just you're burnt out. You don't like it anymore. Nothing's
Yeah.
interesting,
And you wasted like thousands and thousands, or not thousands,
and
but
you
hundreds of
wasted
dollars on manga.
hours. Oh, well, manga's kind of different because I'll be honest with you, I'm still into manga.
Yeah,
Like I'll
that
read
is
that
different.
shit. I thought you were gonna say you wasted hundreds of hours watching shows, and I was like, yeah, that's probably true.
Oh yeah, you probably did too. Yeah, you could have been doing other things with your time.
I don't want to be that one guy, but like a manga is kind of better than anime,
I
in my
agree.
opinion. Like I'd rather sit down and read a book, which is what I want to get into, but I'm too addicted to like technology. I'm too addicted to going on TikTok, you know, swiping there for like an hour and then realizing, okay, I'm back to square one.
Yeah, well, usually like another thing about TikTok, which we gotta like actually make a podcast where we stop talking about TikTok.
Yeah, episode 2. It's just gonna. What do we name the first one? TikTok sucks. This can be TikTok sucks part 2.
Part 2, yeah. Be like, oh, well, I watched the first one. Why do I need to watch the second one? No, but like
Another hour and a half of
no,
us
another
talking
thing
about
about like
TikTok.
TikTok and like just social media in general, like short form content, it's like you usually like watch it or indulge in it, I guess, because you don't actually have to like watch. It's not
Yeah,
watching all the time; it's looking at stuff too. But like just like the social media is like, um, you like watch it and you look at it because you don't know what else to do. You
yeah,
know, kind of thing. Like you're like, I don't want to like play video games. I don't want to watch a TV show. I don't want to go outside. I don't want to, I don't want to do anything. So I just go on this,
yeah.
and then you're like, oh shoot, what am I doing? I'm wasting the day. And
Hmm.
then you like get off of it, and then you realize that like the reason you were on it in the first place is because there's nothing to do, and there's still nothing to
Yeah,
do. So you just go back on it again, and then you're stuck like the whole day.
yeah. That is the problem. That's kind of what I'm trying to get at here because it's like it's just addicting, right? And then like that cycle that you just explained happens where you're like, okay, I'm getting off it. Let's go do something else. But there's nothing else to do. So like that's the moral of the story is I guess just go out, meet new people,
Yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing
like
like at college.
do something. Yeah, like you're doing it at college or other friends doing it at college. But I I don't go to college, so I'm like,
Yeah, you should get into like a hobby, like I don't know, like building things or something.
well, yeah, and it's kind of part of the farm training because I remember I was talking to this one guy. This was during pumpkin season. If I ever go into a whole depth of the farm, we'll explain that. But
Uh,
I gotta tread carefully with the farm. But
hmm
to label it, it's pumpkin season. We grow pumpkins sometimes, by sometimes every single year. But that's besides the point.
Yeah.
But one of the employees that works at my farm with me, his like stepdad showed up, and I was sitting there talking to him for like pretty much like an hour and a half. I was like cashier there. Um, but I was sitting there just talking to him. And I remember one of the things he said was he was like, when you're a farmer, farming is a good job because you need to, like, the farmers know a bit of everything, right? They know a bit about, mechanic. They know a bit about this because all of that stuff, sometimes you gotta fix tractors. Sometimes you gotta
Oh
fix
yeah.
buildings if stuff falls apart. So it's like, I was like, that's a really good that's a really good point. And when I look at my dad, he does know a little bit about everything. Obviously, he specializes in mechanics because that's what he went to school. But I really thought about it, and I was like, I don't know pretty much anything at all.
Yeah.
Like I know a bit about everything, but not at all the level that I need to be if I want to,
Yeah, that's
start
true.
farming legitly. So my point with that is I'm learning. That's part of the reason why I'm gonna get to the project car. That's part of the reason why I'm just keep learning and stuff like that. But like I said, it's just it's just you can learn, you can have fun at your job, but you gotta have something else too.
Yeah, you gotta
And
have that. Like I said, like to not like be depressed. You gotta have that like third thing you do instead of just home and then work.
yeah,
And like
so
that thing can be like anything. Like sometimes it's home and work, but it could be home, but then you at your house you have like you have like a different room or like something at your house that you go and do. Like
mhm,
like you build stuff. Like that's all I
yeah,
can really think about. You build stuff or you design stuff or you know
uh,
like not like for
well,
me it can't just be video games. You know what I mean?
yeah, and that's what I was trying to get to because it's like like I already said, that's the stuff that I used to do. Like it used to be like work and then home, but then my third thing was like video games. It's like watching stuff. It's just not the same. Like I can't, like I said, I can't sit and watch something and be like, wow, that was entertaining. Like no, if I watch like any anime or any TV show nowadays, it has to be with somebody else. It has to either be with a friend. Usually it's like with a family member. My sister, usually she'll sit down and she'll want to watch something. I'll be like, sure, it's got to be something else, somebody else. Because if not, it just feels like I'm wasting time.
Yeah, that's why like
So,
I don't know. That's why like yeah, that's why I started like. I mean, I had this big like phase, not a phase, but like for a while I like had like an RC car, and I was like constantly working on it and upgrading it, and like that was kind of fun.
Yeah.
So like I don't know.
I've been, like I said, I've been getting outside more. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that kind of comes with farming. Obviously, being in a state that's very cold, outside in the winter time is not really that fun. But yeah, so
yeah, I
that's
don't
kind of
know.
limited.
Like I was thinking like you got to find something you like, and then like figure out if there's anything like with that you can do. Because like I know I like retro video games. If you peep my YouTube channel, which is Josh Man Jones, I talk a lot about like old video games and stuff. I'm currently in the works making a YouTube video about weird like controllers. But anyways,
Oh really?
yeah,
Do you still post on your YouTube channel?
yeah, I do. Well, not usually, but I'm gonna start my revival, just like we're restarting our revival podcast. I'm gonna be
okay.
on the side doing my YouTube when we're not recording.
Okay.
But like,
I didn't even know that. I thought that shit died a while ago. I'm gonna be honest with you.
it died like 3 months ago, but it's gonna start again.
I thought you were just focusing on TikTok.
No, because yeah, TikTok and that. Well, one of my friends said that he wanted to the dude that I go to college with, you know, who I'm talking about.
I think I do. Yeah.
High school. I'm known him.
Is it G?
Yeah.
Yeah.
G-Man said that he wanted to.
G-Man bunny.
Yeah. Well, he said he wanted to like. He has some good like ideas and some good like input that he could like input into the like my YouTube channel. So like he said he's gonna like join me and be like a special guest on my YouTube channel, helping me, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
But like, what I was saying is like I'm into like, like collecting old like retro video games and stuff. So like, oh, 1 second. I have this stupid magnet on my desk and it keeps on falling over.
Is that your college magnet you're talking about earlier?
Yeah, my college magnet. Yeah.
He was like earlier. He was like, I have this. I guess I won't say the name, but he was like, I have this like magnet that has my college on it. Keeps falling off my desk or something. He said something like that.
Yeah,
it
like, just fell off my desk again. Yeah, I remember when I was going to go get this thing, like they were like, "Oh, hi, how's it going?" And I'm like 10 minutes late to my class. Please don't let me be any more late. They're like, "Oh, did you go to the first time college student seminar we had yesterday?" And I'm like, "No." They're like, "Oh, well, take this bag. Do you want some chips? Do you want this? Here's this number. Do you have any questions? Let me know."
You're not a first time college student though. This is your second year,
This is
like your second semester.
Yeah, but it's still technically first year like college students, so
I think some people do start the second semester.
yeah. And so like they wanted everyone to join just so they had like new stuff for the second semester, kind of like a welcome thing, like a halfway point.
Yeah.
And so they were like giving me this bag and stuff, and I'm like they're like, "Oh, well, you heading to class or no?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm actually 10 minutes late." They're like, "Oh, well, you better get going." And I'm like, "Yeah, if you didn't stop to talk to me, now I gotta put this bag in my backpack so I don't walk in with this like duffel bag you just like handed me." And I'm like, and then the coolest thing that was in it was a magnet.
So wait, the rest was just junk food then? You said it was like chips and stuff?
No, they were gonna give me chips and stuff, but the rest was just like papers, like literally like printed papers saying next week's gonna be the esports tryout for Valorant, which that's so stupid.
Yeah, you're a huge Valorant fan, aren't you?
No.
You're trying to get me to play that shit.
It's fun. Don't get me wrong. It's
like
Overwatch if they took out all the stuff that makes it like bad.
That's actually hilarious. A lot of people have been clowning that over the Overwatch too. It is kind of a shit game, I'm not gonna lie.
It's like Overwatch if they took out all the like just thousands and thousands of effects.
I see.
You know, it's like more
Um,
tame. It's not so chaotic. But anyways, what I was saying
yeah.
is like I like to collect like old video game systems, and so I was thinking like of modding them. You know, like putting in like some of the old Game Boys don't have backlit screen. I was thinking of like modding it, like getting like backlit screens for them, maybe getting new buttons, new shell, and like doing the same thing for like all my other systems. Maybe like taking some of my systems and like HD, making them like HD, like soldering on like a new HD port. You know, like just
Mm,
doing all these things to my like old video game systems. It's like
yeah.
that's like what I can do in my free time instead of just always playing video games.
True.
So like
I
I was
mean,
thinking like a hobby like that.
yeah. I just need to find a hobby like that. I don't really. It's just usually the reason why I kept saying like going out is just because that's when you think of stuff that you usually do. You know, like usually I'm inside. I'm doing something inside. It's like gaming, whatever. Whenever I think of like thinking getting a new hobby, I just think of like the polar opposite of what I usually do, right? So I think of going out, go
Yeah,
do
that's
something
true.
else, right? Do something completely different, and like that can work to some degree. At the end of the day, it's as long as you're doing something you like and it doesn't feel like you're wasting time. In my opinion, like that's good.
Oh
Like
yeah, for sure.
that's a part of this podcast too, is because it's just fun to record this, right?
Yeah, I
So
agree.
it's like, um, you know, but anyway, this is enough of like analyzing my flipping current life. We gave somebody in the chat like a flipping heart attack 6 minutes ago listening to this whole entire shit.
They're
Do you
like
have
they're like that sounds like me.
somebody sweating just profusely like in the flipping in that airplane movie? I don't know if have you ever seen the original airplane movie in the
No,
that movie's so
but I
fun.
know what you're
My
talking about.
Yeah, my dad took me to it recently. He was like, "Oh, let's go see like the airplane movie." It's a movie in, like the 80s or 90s. You know, he like grew up on it. It was like a comedy. I went into this movie. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, okay,
They
an
have
80s
it. Wait, they
comedy.
have it again. Like,
Uh, the movie theater by me. So with the movie theater Heartland I got added.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Um, that one plays like it plays old movies like every week, older movies usually. I think the one they're doing right now is Harry Potter, I think.
that's cool.
But
I better go and peep that.
yeah, you can take the 50-minute drive over here to watch Harry Potter. uh
Oh, did you say 15? I was like, 50.
yeah, I said 50.
Okay,
But
that's not
that
bad.
movie was so unironically so funny. I'm not even gonna lie. But like the ending of the ending of the movie, when he's trying to land the plane, and it's just buckets of sweat are falling down. Like they keep showing him, and more sweat's falling down his face.
That's
It's
hilarious.
literally there's just people dumping water on his face. It must have been that. It was so funny. Anyway, I was gonna ask, since we just probably went in like a 30-minute rant about life, basically. Do you have any goals for 2024? That was my goal for
A
2024.
goal for 2024 is to get my driver's license.
Okay,
That's a
that's a good goal to
that's a
that's a
major
good goal
goal
to
of
have.
2024. Besides like that, like any major goal to like, I guess better my mind kind of thing. Because I guess getting a hobby is like bettering your mind, I guess.
Yeah,
But
that's
like,
pretty much my goal. It's pretty much bettering my mind,
bet
doing something that I actually enjoy
yeah,
for once.
like yeah, like
Besides farming, because I want to stress that I do enjoy farming. I'm not one of those people who are like I hate my job.
no, I
Like
mean,
I
but
just want more things I enjoy. I
but
guess,
I
right?
guess
Because like
but
go.
but like even though you still like it, like a job is still a job. You
Very
got to
true.
keep it separate
That is
from
very
like
true.
a job.
Yeah. Which we could go on a whole rant about jobs, but that is my biggest thing for and if anybody who's like in high school watching this, pick whatever job you pick, make sure it's something you enjoy.
Yeah, even if it
I
doesn't pay that
don't.
much.
I was about to say that like, forget about the YouTube videos and whatever people being like, make a lot of money, whatever that shit is. Just pick something you enjoy and go from there.
Yeah,
That's
well,
my only advice to people.
yeah, that's a really good advice, Mason.
Yep,
Well,
that's my only advice.
another thing I have to say about that too is like people always say like, "Oh, even though it's not going to give me a lot of money." That's not necessarily true because like if you like the job, then you're going to want to like
Well,
do
like
the
any
job more
job.
and then you're going to like get better at it and
Yeah.
then eventually like you could turn it into like a lot of money.
I mean,
if you
even
like if
nine.
you master the craft.
Yeah. I mean, even 9 to 5 jobs, if you keep going at them, you can get like some manager position, or you can just keep getting higher. Like some 9 to 5 jobs make a good enough money for you to live.
That's
Like
so true.
that's just that. Like they can make good money, especially if you have a partner or something, where like you're sharing bank accounts, whatever.
Oh yeah,
You can
like
make
half and half income.
yeah, like half and half income. I mean, if you're married and like your partner's working at like McDonald's but been going at it forever, like in whatever you do combined, you're probably making a good chunk of money.
Yeah,
So, like,
because
with that being
your
said, I
money's
only
their money and their money's your money. I mean,
yeah. With that being said, I only suggest working at McDonald's if you enjoy it. Like,
yeah.
go back to what I usually said: do something you enjoy. That's my biggest
Yeah.
advice.
No, if you don't join McDonald's, but you're just doing it because you know there's no hope, there's
Yeah,
hope.
there's hope. Go do something else. At
Yeah,
least
like
go get a
let's.
9 to 5 you like, if that's the
Yeah,
truth.
yeah. Yeah. Like if you like Home Depot better than McDonald's, work at Home Depot.
Yeah.
No, but that's like the same thing. Like back to like we need to like do something other than playing like video games. But like if you like playing video games, run with that. Like be a streamer, be
Yeah.
a YouTuber, be a content
If you
creator.
if you like video games and like that shit never gets old, like don't get me wrong, there's still some games I still play
No,
once in a
but
while.
not gonna lie, like it gets old.
It gets old.
Yeah.
Like with
If it
that being
never
said,
gets old for you, then run with it.
run with it, like go for it. But it just gets old. That's probably why
Yeah.
most streamers sometimes they play games, other times they're on like the just chatting.
Yeah. I love the just chatting. Like you just saw them like beat Elden Ring, and then they're like cooking like a steak.
Yeah, just chatting. It's like the streamer meta is insane. Honestly, I'll
God.
never understand it.
The one streamer I love right now is Queso. Everyone probably knows who that is.
Oh yeah. I never know about that guy. I'm expecting him just to like one day I don't want to get canceled, but with all the shit that people say about him, I'm expecting one day,
Yeah, one day
he's
he's just
go
gonna say
off.
it. He's just gonna go off.
He's just gonna snap one day. I'm not gonna lie.
God, I hope it. I mean, this is what we were gonna say. We don't want to get canceled, but I hope he doesn't turn into Attica.
Oh, Jesus Christ, we're gonna get canceled.
But I don't think like he takes it.
We're not glorifying it. It's a joke. Don't cancel us. Feel good.
I don't think like he takes it that way. He like.
No,
he like runs with it almost. Like he could have stopped it a long time ago, but he encourages it almost.
I saw a comment that kind of said that, like they said, like he encourages it. He like enjoys the banter. I hope that's true.
Yeah, because they're not saying anything like really mean about him. It's just like rude.
Like
it's like stuff that like elementary school kids would say to each other, kind of thing.
Yeah, like some of the comments, they are kind of funny. Like I can get like if somebody said that about me, like it would kind of be like, okay, well that's a joke.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking like
like when I call you a vampire because you're kind of pale.
Yeah.
That doesn't really get to you.
Yeah, it's like it's a joke, like whatever.
Yeah.
It's not really that bad.
No.
And I feel like it's the same way to him to some degree. I would hope.
Yeah, I hope
just
so.
Thinking like if I was like streaming day in and day out and like all the comments were like along the lines of that, it seems like that would just get old fast. That's my only thought.
Yeah, I agree. Well, it's kind of I feel like that's just gonna kind of be a phase. I don't know.
Maybe. Well, like, that's the problem is building your whole entire career around that's not really a good idea.
No, because he does that probably for like a living.
Yeah, or maybe it is. I don't know. I don't know what the strategy is there.
Yeah, we're not streamers.
And we're not streamers, and maybe maybe that is what it is.
Yeah, but I don't know. I love the meme of Queso where it's like me going about my day and then randomly thinking about Queso, and then his head just like hits the floor immediately. And then he's trying to pick his head back up, but he can't.
I don't think I've ever seen that one, to be honest with you.
It's so funny.
I don't even. That's fine. I don't even watch any streamers, to be honest with you.
Goes back to the nothing's funny.
It goes back to just seeing TikTok, honestly.
Yeah, so it goes back to this. What'd you say?
I would say your goal is to. You got a goal. Get your driver's license.
I was thinking of another goal. Better
your mind.
Yeah, no. Well, how am I gonna do that though?
Both of our goal. I have no idea. I have deduced that I think to better my mind, it's really just to have a social life, pretty much. Like just go out, do something. Because most of the time it is just me with my own thoughts. Obviously I talk to you and our other friend and some of my other friends, I guess. But Usually that's over Xbox parties.
Yeah, that's so true. Like you can do something.
Mm.
Yeah.
I should have went to that party.
Yeah, you should
Honestly.
have. Well, we're gonna have another one probably soon. I mean,
Yeah,
not a party, but just like a
that's
hangout.
that was me in 2023. For anybody watching the video.
Yeah, look, this is gonna. This is like this is just us every day.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And then we like realize there's nothing better to do, and then we're just back to this again.
I need to watch Blade Runner 2049. I don't know if it's actually good or not.
It
The
is a
memes
good
are just
movie.
fucking hilarious.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of like Cyberpunk. If you know like Cyberpunk, how that movie's kind
Well,
of.
a lot of people, yeah. Well, that's why I want to watch it because I do like that aesthetic.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people said the original Blade Runner kind of sucked, though. The one from the 80s.
Oh yeah, no, don't watch the new one. It's good.
Yeah.
It's really good. I would. They say it's one of the best movies to watch with on an OLED TV. I know. If you guys know what an OLED TV, it's just like really good color.
I got one of those now, so maybe
so-
I'll have to.
Yeah, I have one, and Mason has one. So that's just like they said that's one of the best movies to watch because there's a lot of like neon in the movie, like neon signs, like a dystopian kind of like a cyberpunk city.
Maybe I'll go. Maybe I'll go watch that on my
Yeah,
TV.
they say that's a really good movie to watch, just to like watch on an
Then
OLED.
again, I'm alone still, so maybe my goal of get a social life's not really working out.
yeah, but
Watch a depressing movie, basically alone downstairs.
That's so true.
That's my goal.
yeah,
Nah, I doubt it's depressing.
no, the movie is, so it's kind of.
No, we're saying.
Yeah, I watched like the first like 10, no, probably like hour of the movie. It's 3 hours long.
Damn, what the hell?
Yeah, two in like 50 minutes. And
Holy, 3 hours long.
I heard it's really really good though, but like it's kind of like depressing
It's really good.
in a sense where like it's kind of like a dystopian, but like this guy
I
just mopes around.
I will
on it.
say I've heard, and I like this fact. I've heard that you don't need to watch the first one to watch that one.
No,
which
it's
I
completely
like.
different.
Yeah, which I like that fact. More movies should be like that. Obviously, if you're making a direct sequel, then that's one thing. But more
Yeah,
movies should be able to watch in any order.
that's so true. Yeah, no.
But okay, I mean those are good goals to have. That flipping New Year's tangent went on. This is the title. This is just gonna be like depressing or something. The title of this is just gonna be like life advice. Like I don't know what the title of this podcast is.
Midlife crisis advice.
Yeah, for the midlife crisis is that it's 19. That's the name of this. Name of this episode.
That's honestly such a good title. And then it's just gonna be like a picture of the Blade Runner guy.
You should actually do that shit.
I should. Oh my god. Now I just saved so much time. I just thought of the title and the.
Yeah, we just saw the title and the thumbnail right there.
And then the description's gonna be: Are you depressed? Are you depressed at 19?
Are you
Watch this
depressed?
pod.
So are we. So
So are we. Come vibe with us.
come vibe with us. There
No,
it is.
it's not necessarily like depressed.
I wouldn't say
It's
I'm.
just like
Yeah.
no,
I wouldn't say I'm depressed.
because like that's
I don't-
different.
Then again, people probably don't know they're depressed.
That's
Like
true.
I've always had that thought. How do you diagnose depression? Like how do you know when you're depressed?
When that's all you think about.
True.
When you go to work, do you think about like how terrible it is?
The other day I did because it was like -10 outside, and
No,
I
I
was.
mean like, do you think of just the thought? Do you think of the thought of like, why am I farming? And then when you go home, what am I doing? Why am I farming? Why does anything matter?
When I go home, I do think of that. When I go home, I'm like, why? What am I doing right now? But when I'm farming, no. So I think I passed. I passed the depression test.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not, I'm not a doctor or anything, but that's just kind of like what I would believe would be it.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I'm not gonna. Oh, we probably shouldn't touch on that though. If you think you're depressed, go seek actual help. Don't
Yeah.
listen to this podcast.
No, actually, because like there's like a real problem with it, but
There is.
I mean, I don't want to get into that because this is kind of supposed to be like a funny podcast.
Yeah, this is supposed to be a funny podcast, but
Yeah,
we're
well,
getting through it.
Yeah.
Listen,
Why'd the
if
chicken cross the
people-
road?
People are our age and watching this podcast. This could actually help. This could be real life advice here.
Yeah. Real life
And-
advice from people who also probably need real life advice.
Real life advice. If you are a shut-in loser like I was in high school, don't be that anymore.
They're like, okay.
There you
Goes
go.
to
Simple
school.
as
Goes
that.
to school. Does the same thing they're doing. Like yesterday. Like that did not help at all.
Well, that's the biggest part with me, worst part with me was because I'm like I make goals and I usually don't follow them. So I need to like find a way to keep, I don't know, keep goals in check.
Well, I think like what are your goals like? Like, what name one that you had that you didn't?
It's just basic goals, right? I try to do some sort of workout every day. Like I actually try, no matter what that is. Like I have a pull-up bar and shit. Like
That's
I'll
kind of
do,
cool.
yeah. Like I do stuff like that. But and I have a reminder on my phone to like just do some sort of workout. But most of the time I don't, to be honest with you. And it's like it goes back to what we were talking about earlier, where it's like, why am I not doing that? Because it probably takes like what 10-15 minutes just to like work out a
That's
bit
so true.
each day, when I'm sitting there playing a game that I don't really want to play. I'm sitting there either watching a show that I don't really want to watch.
Well, it's because you know that it's like, I mean, I don't want to have to say this because like playing video games is a big part of like us like hanging out and like talking and stuff. That's kind of sad, except for this
True.
podcast. But like,
Well,
I
it's
think
just
like
it's
I think like what I was saying is like I think like the like video games are kind of like an easy go to like to pass the time because like you don't really have to think when you play them, but like when you go to do the things that you like put your mind to, it's usually something that betters yourself, so it's something uncomfortable. Like you're not necessarily like wanting to go and work out, but you know you should. That's why
yeah.
like then you go and you play video games and it's like, well, I've been doing that for my whole life, so I'm comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
That's why like
Yeah.
I think you need to set your goal like even lower.
Maybe. I mean, my goal was literally like I'm not trying to be like a professional bodybuilder. In fact, I've gained more muscle working at the farm than I have
That's
ever
crazy.
have, like, because I was pretty much doing nothing in high school. All I was doing was,
Oh yeah.
you know, going to school, you know, and then like me, you would come home and play games.
Yeah,
Like
GTA
my
for 8
current
hours.
GTA for 8 hours. The current me could like beat the shit out of high school me is what I'm trying to get at.
That's crazy.
Like I have like going up the spiral staircase now. I could probably sprint up that, and I'd be like, I'm doing good. High school me was flipping coughing up blood by the time you get up that staircase.
That's so true.
I was
too.
like, oh. That's literally what it sounded like.
And then I'd stop to go drink the water, the freaking
Yeah,
like, creamy murky water.
You would hop by the fucking drinking fountain that probably has like 6 flipping pounds of lead in it or something, and start drinking it.
Yeah, I'm like drinking. I'm like I'm already going insane.
The flipping chemicals are going to his head. Yeah,
Mason,
Christ.
come drink this water.
I was always looking at that shit. I was like, oh hell no. We would go to drinking fountain to drinking fountain. We were trying to find the best
Dude, we
one.
found the best drinking fountain was near our gym, near like the bus doors.
Wasn't I thought that one got, the band one was good.
The band one was good, but it was too much of like we're not a part of band, so we got to be careful when we go there.
I was about to say we're not a part of band, so
I mean, I'm not trying to like hate on band people when I see this, but like one, it was like we're not a part of band, so it's kind of weird if we go and see all the band people while they're drinking out of the drinking fountain also. But it's kind of like I didn't want to like see a band person at all when I went in there. I just kind of wanted to be like by myself.
I love making fun of band kids. That's gonna sound really bad, but it's just like fun ass. Like that one girl I was talking to at that one event, she was in band, and I will say nothing was more fun than just sitting there making fun of her.
That's crazy.
For being in a band. That sounds bad, but you guys know what it was. You guys know how it is. It's like that flirty kind of make fun of. You're not actually making fun of them. It's banter. That's the best way to describe her.
Yeah.
It's just banter back and forth. Yeah. With that being said, I had a band friend, so we'd go in the band room, drink from that drinking fountain, because we didn't have money to buy stuff from the vending machine.
Yeah, we didn't. I remember we'd like look and find like change underneath like the freaking like vending machines.
Yeah,
and,
we
like...
were like fucking panhandlers in high school. We were over there like spare change. Remember when Mr.
Yeah. Our teacher, one of our teachers, like came down the hallway, and he's like, "Oh, how's it going?"
Yeah, he was like, how much? He was like, how much money do you need? And I was like, $1. And he like checked his pockets. He was like, oh, don't have it. And I was like, yeah,
Yeah, I'm like,
appreciate the thought.
yeah, yeah.
But,
He literally like knew we needed money, probably for the drinking fountain.
we were just sitting there like hitting the buttons, hoping it would fall down. Like,
Yeah, and he's like, oh, how much money do you need? $1, and he had probably like $50 in his pocket, like a $50 bill. Like, oh no, don't have $1.
imagine he gave us the 50. It was like flipping, buy the thing out. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
I don't. That vending machine only accepts like 5s and 1s. I'm pretty sure.
Dude, I hated
That
the
doesn't
vending
matter.
machine that would steal our money.
God, I got my shit robbed once in a while. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, but
It was always funny though because there was one vending machine where like you would buy something and then it would get stuck. Like you said, it would steal your money. But then if somebody else bought it from it, 2 things would come out afterwards.
oh my god, dude, I remember like, wait, no, sorry, I
never-
interrupted you.
Well, I was just like, I never knew what to do because I was like, do I spend more money
And then like,
to then get 2
get it
items,
stuck.
or do I just do I just let the next person get get an item for free? I'm like,
yeah, that's
I
true.
was like, I don't have the money for this shit. I can't go back and get another one.
Yeah, what was kind of funny is like I remember like freshman year of high school, I went to like the vending machine right outside like the cafeteria, and I like knew this trick because one of the seniors told me, and I just tested it out because you know I had some money. I think my mom gave me like a 5, and I put like the money in there, and I didn't put in like I put in just enough money for 1 drink. Because, like, you would probably think, like, oh, well, no, you put in a 5, so you had enough for 2. No, I put in exactly the right amount of change. I think it was $2.50 for, like, Gatorade. And I hate Michelle Obama. All the stuff in our drinking fountains were 0 sugar.
Like, that shit sucked. I'll be honest. Like,
Yeah.
lunch actually had, like, I remember because my sister went to the same school as we did, both of us. But my sister is 5 years older than I am. So, I remember when she was going through school, she was telling me about the lunches and stuff. Like, she was like, "Oh, we got Bosco sticks." She was like, "I got food poisoning from them." I'm like, "You see, that was when school lunch was at its peak, right
It
there.
was.
When you could eat Bosco sticks, throw up the next day,
I know.
keep living lunch, and now you're gonna get like this chicken patty that's like questionable at best, and then like if you
That's so true.
you know it's like rations basically. Like I feel
It
like
is.
I'm in medieval Europe, and then
That's like another
like,
thing about, like,
if you wanted more, you'd have to go spend more money.
yeah, and probably your parents' money.
Yeah.
No.
Like, what during COVID it was free, right?
During COVID, it was free, but then, like, I know, okay, so what was really stupid is our high school did it this way. So during COVID, you get free food, but they, like, limited the food. And they would be like, what do you want? And then they'd pick it out for you instead of you just, like, taking your hand and grabbing it. Because they didn't want anyone to touch any of it. You know, I don't know. I don't want to, you know, I don't want to get canceled by talking bad about COVID. But, like...
Well, I kind of get it. Like, you wouldn't want, like... Let me see if I can think of somebody. One of those kids, you know the kids I'm talking about. Imagine one of those kids actually touches something, throws it back. Yeah, imagine that motherfucker.
Yeah, I know, that's
something,
crazy.
throws it back in the pile, and you actually grab it.
Oh, dude. Well, I wouldn't care if I didn't know, kind of thing. But if I saw it and I did it, they grabbed it, then...
What you don't know won't hurt you.
That's so true. I mean, that's why I don't get tested for COVID. I hate to say that.
I had to get tested. Actually, that was the best part when I got COVID and I could, miss like a week of school.
That's crazy.
The funniest thing is that COVID for me, it was like I was sick the first day, and by sick I didn't even throw up. I just had I was like a fever. I was like a little bit dizzy. I went to bed, at like noon, and then I woke up at like 7. Still felt a bit ill, and then after that day, I literally just had 5 days to goof off. I was perfectly fine. Like I still had COVID, but I didn't feel sick at all.
That's crazy.
So
yeah.
It was like,
well, that's kind of like a thing, like back to like COVID and crap like that, but like back to like our school time. Like I remember like the school lunches, like we had to like buy all these terrible school lunches, but now being like an adult, like we can just buy whatever food we want, but I still find myself like not wanting to spend my money on food.
Yeah, like I'll be honest, I don't want to sound like a fucking weird flex, but I have a lot of money, but I just don't spend any of it.
Me, Sam.
Like I just don't. For the most part, since I still live with my parents, they do buy they buy stuff for me and my sister. Like, you know, their parents, they love us. Like, they're not just gonna abandon us, right?
Uh-huh.
But with that being said,
Sorry
like,
if yours did.
yeah, anybody who that's fucking rough. I'm not gonna lie. Anybody out there that got abandoned by their parents, good luck
Dang.
out there. I'm not gonna lie,
Good
bro.
thing it's
This
not me.
economy, good luck.
I'm so sorry. No, but that's actually
Yeah.
rough. Like, I'm so fortunate.
Yeah. Well, that's my, like, my parents understand that it's like hard, you know. It's not like the, you know, it's not like when they were growing up where it was a lot easier to, you know, to start from nothing and then build up. Like, you can still do it now, but it's just harder.
Yeah, usually now starting from nothing and building up is like learning
It's almost impossible, to be honest
It is,
with you.
but like it's really like learning like I don't want to sound like, you know, like a stupid Andrew Tate thing, but like it's almost like just like you have to learn a side hustle.
You do.
Like if you
Well,
want to
like,
if you want to start if you want to like instantly go from like a 9 to 5 to then like just instantly working at like not having a job.
Yeah. Which I don't really agree with the stuff he says.
No.
Like, I wouldn't sign up for his, like, fucking Hustlers University,
Yeah.
whatever the hell it is,
No.
like any of
I
that
mean, he
shit.
does say
But,
some good stuff, you know, like about like, you know, men and stuff, but like besides
yeah,
that.
like, if you find his advice useful, then, yeah, honestly, more power to you. But from his, like, business standpoint,
No.
I don't necessarily agree with some of the stuff he says. With that being said, I do agree with the overall message that, you know, getting more money is always better, right?
Yeah.
Money doesn't, we already talked about this, money doesn't really mean much in my opinion, but, you know, money also is important in the world we live in. You need money to survive. So,
Yeah,
like,
you
you know,
do.
I
But like,
agree, you should
but
get a hustle.
yeah, I
a
feel like
side
the only
hustle.
really like easy way nowadays is like do a side hustle, like creating like an online store selling like items.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
mean,
like
you
an
do that.
online
Obviously,
business.
you can get involved with day trading and shit like that if you are really smart. Probably with some of
Yeah.
that shit, you could lose a lot of money doing
Some of
that
that
shit if you're not smart.
some of that crap isn't even really about smart. It's really just about like guessing.
Mm-hmm.
But like, you know, like 9 to 5, like you can't start from a 9 to 5 and then like own your own business in like a couple years.
But
You know,
true.
you gotta like do a side
See,
hustle.
if you want to own your own business, this kind of goes back to what I was saying, where, like, just do whatever you want to do. But if you want to own your own business, I just suggest that you just do that. You know, like, you just
Like
put
spend all your time
effort
and
into,
energy into that. Yeah.
yeah, just put all your effort into that, because I mean, you probably do need money, right, to do all that, but, like, you just gotta go for it. You can't sit at a 9 to 5 for like 10 years, you know, building revenue, whatever it is.
Yeah, because like everyone like I mean like that's kind of a thing like with the farm. Like you're gonna own it one day when your dad dies, and so it's kind of like you're gonna be making like as much money as he does.
That's
kind of thing.
That's just like being fortunate, right? Like, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like, oh, that was all skill. It was literally just me being fortunate enough to be born by my parents, honestly, where it's like I have this option where it's like I don't need to go to college. I can do something that I actually enjoy.
Yeah.
But, you know, not everybody's fortunate enough to do that. So that's why my biggest advice is to do something you enjoy, whatever that may be.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
But
like, you enjoy computers, so, you know, do something with
yeah,
that.
that's why I'm thinking of like opening up my own like computer shop, because like I want to make like a lot of money, like enough to like buy a Lamborghini, not enough to like
buy a Lamborghini,
not enough to like finance like a Corvette.
I'm glad you still have the 2000s goals there.
yeah, I do.
2000, that's like 2016 us. Oh, we're gonna own Bugattis when we can get.
I mean, mine realistically would probably be like a R34.
Yeah,
like
he loves. Flipping the viewers, he loves his JDM cars over there. We can.
Flame me in the comments.
We're probably gonna have a whole entire episode dedicated to cars, so we won't get into it. And then I'm gonna expose my project car at the ending of that.
His project car, Mason, instead of just getting it to run, you should make your project car like look cool. Like
I want to repaint it. The paint's kind of falling off of it, so I would love to.
That's crazy.
My dad has some stuff over there at the farm.
Well, you should get a wing on it, maybe like lower it a little, put some new rims and tires on it.
Well, first I have to see if it's still salvageable. That's
Yeah,
step
true.
one. It's been
Yeah.
sitting in grass for a while, so if that grass rotted out the body, then
Yeah, but anyways, we'll talk about that in another episode. But
yeah, we'll talk about that in
yeah,
another
it's an
episode.
hour and 20 minutes. We should probably wrap this up.
This
So
this is the depressing episode. Clearly, I want to talk about something else, but I'll remember that in another episode, I guess. Because
no, yeah, you probably won't, but it's okay.
nah, I probably won't. See you next month, guys. No.
Yeah, no. See you next week. I don't know when this will go live, but it's Monday right now, so probably Thursday.
Yeah, I think that's the schedule. Every Thursday, every week is what we're gonna try to do these.
Yeah, so every Thursday you'll see one. I gotta
Well.
edit it, but good thing I remember how to edit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got like a good editing, mindset set up.
Hopefully you do remember how to edit, because I sure don't know how to do that.
Yeah, I remembered how to edit. So it should be easy. And oh yeah, we're naming the podcast. I forget. Shoot. Yeah, I'll figure it out. I'll
you
go
can either
back and
rewatch it or just name it like fucking depression. Honestly, that's the
if
that
you
was
guys
the
know
overall theme of this episode.
if you guys have ever edited, the hardships and tribulations. Anyways, see you next week, guys.
Yep. See you guys.
Oh.